guys, welcome back to Urban Homesteading with Kate Matthias, and we today are going to do a super fun family tradition. Hey you guys, so we came to Skytop Orchard. It's just like a family thing we do, a fall festival thing. You see Jonathan in the background and my family. Anyways, that's what we do. We come here to the orchards, the apple orchards, and we pick a bunch of apples, then we go back and we make like apple pie and apple donuts. We usually make a lot. This year we probably won't make as much because it's not as many people. My brother's not here and stuff, but anyways, so I just thought I would bring you guys along with me like I was saying beforehand, and we're gonna go apple picking. That's on the YouTube. Okay, I got interrupted because I got a splinter, but I wanted to emphasize the importance of family traditions and family time. It is, to me, very important. To us, it's very important. So to me, it's like a main thing to just really build the relationships, even between, let's say, my husband and my parents, or my parents now that I'm married, between us and them, or my siblings. So this is just one thing we do during the fall, just to build that relationship, to build memories together, to really just be together, you know? So this is one thing we do, and now you can hardly hear me because everybody else is talking. Babe, say hi. Jonathan, say hi. He's not listening, that's okay. We're doing this for Mom. She looks so cute. Oh my gosh. Here's my dad. Anyways, family time, right? Okay, let's do this.
Hey, look at the silo.
It's really good. Is it good?
So good.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm trying to get the apples in the trees. There you go. Okay, we got all our apples. I'm struggling showing it to you guys. Here, baby, you show them. See? We got a little Target bag.
Really good apples.
Okay, my mother's weird. This is gonna be the weirdest video ever. Okay guys, after that apple picking and stuff, we are actually doing this a couple days later, but our tradition is to get those apples and to make homemade apple donuts. I'm gonna take you guys with me, and we are actually, this is the day before Thanksgiving, so we're getting in the festivities. We're gonna have appetizers, we're gonna make apple donuts, we're gonna do puzzles, games, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna head over to my parents' house in a few minutes, and yeah, we're gonna go make apple donuts. So as you can tell, we are going to add 1.5 cups of raw organic milk. Make sure that's warm between 110 and 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Not too hot, not too cold. We want it to activate that yeast, but not burn it, but fully activate it. Then we're going to add in those 2 packages, 1/4 ounce each of activate dry yeast into there, stir it up, and we always stick about 1/2 teaspoon of sugar right in there as well. We're going to set that aside, and you will see that it will start to form a very bubbly, very formed yeast into a great mixture to make that dough rise, to make that dough fluffy, so we have a perfect texture for these donuts. So as you can tell, it's very formed, very puffy yeast, and we're going to stick that straight into our KitchenAid. Then we are going to add mashed potatoes. So we always remember we're making this so that the week prior we can make mashed potatoes for dinner one night and set aside a cup of mashed potatoes so we already have it ready to go in. So we're putting in a cup of cold mashed potatoes and 1.5 cups of sugar in there as well. Then we are going to put in half a cup of coconut oil. You can do vegetable oil, but I prefer not to use that. I actually don't even own vegetable oil. I use coconut oil for everything. It is a great, great oil for your body to get that in there. As well, we're going to put 2 teaspoons of salt. This looks like more than 2 teaspoons, but it is a half a teaspoon measure cup, so it looks like we're doing more, but 2 teaspoons of salt. 2 teaspoons of vanilla will be going in there as well. We're going to put a half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and we're going to be putting in there 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. We're going to add those 2 organic eggs in there, and then we are going to blend this up in our KitchenAid. We do not want to over mix it, but we want to do it in a nice pace. Now, if you read down in the comments for the full recipe, you will see it calls to 5 to 6 cups of all-purpose flour. We use whole wheat flour or just organic flour, and we're going to slowly put that in there. We're going to start with 1.5 cups of flour, and we're going to slowly start to mix that in our KitchenAid. We are going to take that 3-leaf clover mixture off there, and we're going to put more of the hook on there. It's going to be better to be mixing this kind of stuff up and not trying to knead it. So as you can tell, we took that off there and we'll put on a different hook. Now we stuck that 1/2 cup of flour in there, and we're going to just mix it up nice and slow and really form a really soft dough without kneading the dough. Now we're going to add in that 2 apples. They're going to be diced pretty small. It's about 1.5 cups of apples when it all is diced up. We use the apples, of course, that we picked. They're pretty nice size apples, so I guess they would be more of a medium to a large apple. We're going to stick in there and blend that all up. Then we're going to continue by adding the rest of the flour. Now you can kind of just tell this offhand. When I say 4 to 5 cups, it's whatever is going to make a nice soft dough to match the one as you will see that is formed. Make sure not to knead it. Now we're just taking this dough out just to form a nice ball before we let it rise. You're not really kneading it or mixing it. We're just trying to form it all together and put it in a greased bowl. We greased with coconut oil a bowl we can stick it in so that it can rise. And then we greased our coconut with coconut oil, that bowl, and we stuck it in that bowl. And we are going to let it rise. It's going to take about 45 minutes. Cover it up with maybe a dish towel and stick it somewhere warm. So we were cooking something inside the oven, so we just stuck it on the stove. Stove's not on, of course, and we're just going to cover it. When it's all done rising, it's going to be twice the size. Just punch that right on down with your fist, and we are going to roll it out and cut some donuts. So we have a donut cutter. Since this has become a tradition, we've invested in a donut cutter. You can probably use a biscuit cutter, and you could cut a hole out, but to me it's worth it just to buy the donut cutter. You can take the little holes from the middle and make donut holes while you're making the actual donuts as well. They're super good. We like to roll them out not too thick. You know, you see it's not even a 1/2 inch thick, maybe a 1/2 inch thick, and not too thin, not too thick. We do fry in coconut oil. Coconut oil is the few oils that can go at a very high temperature. Make sure to be careful on what oil you fry with. I do not use canola oil because it is bad for you, but I use coconut oil. Do not use olive oil because that is one of the oils that it gets to a certain temperature and it actually starts releasing toxins when you're trying to fry with it. So be careful, read your oils, read the instructions, read what they say, the highest temperature they should go at, because you do not want to start releasing toxins in your oils. Grapeseed oil, coconut oil, great oil to fry with or to saute with, but olive oil is more used for a just dressing or a cold dish. Now, as you saw, we're putting cinnamon and sugar on there. We just mixed it up and we made some basic icing with powdered sugar and milk, and we're just going to spread them on there. I personally will eat the cinnamon and sugar one since I don't really do dairy that much, but
I say they are better than the ones at the
are
apple picking
very
place.
great for the icing.
Okay,
Let
babe,
it cool
taste
down
it.
first for sure.
Because
It's hot.
taste it. That's the one Dad bit off of.
They're hot.
They're actually good.
Just imagine it's a churro but round.
You don't feel that.
Do you like it?
He's eating a second bite, so he likes it.
Then if it passes the Jonathan test, then
It's not too sweet, right, babe?
Jonathan, if you want,
So
we
good.
can just dust a few with just
Let me
cinnamon
see.
if you
Let
don't
me
want the
taste.
sugar.
No, that's good.
I want to taste. Ooh, they're hot, huh?
They really are good. Oh, it's so sweet though.
Oh my
Ooh,
goodness,
Fondo's
so
really
good.
We knew that was coming.
Happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Hey, you guys, it was so much fun recording this with you guys, having you come with my family on this fall family tradition, and I hope you get to try it out next fall. I know apple picking season is over, but maybe share with me some of your fall traditions too. But yeah, we'll see you guys next Monday, and please like and subscribe down below. See you guys later.